Oh no. Oh no.
Just so I would be kicked out and couldn't talk to his adult daughter, who, I might add, was very receptive to and interested in me.
Oh, sir, I'm certain she was very interested in you. Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome to Hobby Night. I'm joined today by the Chaos Cultist, and we are going to be trying something a little bit different today. We wanted to try something kind of fun. We went on the internet, and how would you describe these comments that we found that we're going to be looking at today?
We have found some of the most, to be blunt, cringiest game and hobby store reviews we could find on basically Yelp and Google.
So we're going to be looking at a couple of those today, trying something a little bit new. And if you enjoy this type of content, do make sure to give this video a like and leave me a comment down below. All right, Chaos Cultist, so what's our first review?
Our first one comes from a comic book store in California.
Okay.
We're not going to get into specifics on what businesses these are or who the authors were that wrote them. If you think it's your local store, maybe it was. But the first one is for a comic book shop out of California.
All right, I'm ready.
Honestly, last time I was here, the employees treated me terrible. They said you couldn't stand around and read the comics, only skim through them.
What?
Like, what the hell is the point of a comic book store if you can't even read the comics? They said it was the owner's policy, but I don't really care about the owner's policy.
Screw the rules.
It just invalidates the point of a comic book store, really. So what I'm understanding from this, so what is the point?
What is the point? It's a point!
Of a...
Are you knocking over our Legos? With your dramatic points?
What is the point of a comic book store if you can't even read the comics?
I mean, I think the point of a comic book store, forgive me, I have not been super invested in the sequential art business or comic books.
I was going to say, you have a conflict of interest because you majored in comic books.
I
so
did.
You're part of big sequential.
Oh my God, I am part of the, am I who this person's complaining about also? My goodness.
No.
But I mean but a comic book store's point is to sell you comics, bro. It's not a library. It's not a fucking library. Like, what?
Yeah, and if you know anything about the modern comic book collector scene, they don't want to pick up books with broken spines.
Or that have looked like they've been handled to any regard because they're collector's items.
But folks, don't you worry. We're not just going to be picking on customer reviews. Let's talk about a store that may have its own problems.
Hey guys, I just wanted to jump into the video real quick to remind you to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications so that you never miss any of the hobby content that we make here on the channel.
For our next segment, I actually have a group of reviews pertaining to one collectibles store in particular.
Okay.
And let me just say, these are not the only reviews that talk about some behaviors at that store.
So this store has quite the reputation.
It seems to at least have a pattern that has been reflected in the reviews.
Okay.
Okay.
Hit me with them.
First one. Went there on a Sunday with my son, and he liked that there were Star Wars toys. Ended up buying an item, and I used my phone for payment. I'm assuming out Apple Pay.
Of some variety, yeah.
When we got out of the store, I got the alert of what I spent on my phone, and I was a little surprised. They charged me more than the tagged price. Okay, that's just one review.
Okay, one review.
That's just one review.
Little odd with the being charged more than the price, but you know that can be, it's a little weird, but it can happen.
One review on Yelp though is, I mean, everybody knows that the people who are most likely to leave reviews are people who have some kind of extraordinary experience at a location. Normally negative is sort of the stereotype. So let's give this store the benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
so let's
giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Second review. You'll receive a surprise at the cash register. After selecting your purchase, the cashier will look up your items on eBay and decides that the price is more than what is listed. Nowhere in the store does it say that repricing should take place. Nor are they completely educated on the repricing protocol for used books, etc., etc. Looking at the price on eBay to increase the sale price is careless. Repricing in the used market is based on items that are sold on eBay and not simply items that are listed on eBay.
Oh, okay, so I'm starting to get a better picture of what might be happening here, and yeah, that's shady, man.
Well, you know, twice could be a coincidence. Twice could be a coincidence.
Twice could be a coincidence, but I think you have more.
County comic book collectors. Do not shop at the store and encourage their shady business practices. Get your comics and other collectibles at more ethical places. During a visit in late April 22, I took some back issues of comic books to the counter. When the guy behind the counter saw the books I wanted to buy, he said he would not honor the prices marked on the books. Instead, he said he was going to mark the prices up right there on the spot because they had increased in value. Seems like a bait and switch if you ask this reviewer.
Wow.
So that's the third one. Let's just go ahead and go straight to the next one.
There's more. Oh my God, I'm curious how many there actually were because
I'll be honest, I only looked through a couple of pages for the store.
Pages? How are they still in business? What?
I came in and offered a price for a card, and I was told verbatim to get the F out and F off by the owner because I insulted him at what he valued the card at. Their store is disgusting, covered in dirt and dust, and the employees here are all entitled and rude to the customers who are simply trying to get a fair price or at least be open to negotiations. I'm shocked as I walk away from this establishment. Do not come to this place and do not interact with these people.
Wow!
Now that review is from August of 21, so maybe that employee no longer works at that establishment.
Dude, I don't understand how I do not understand how this business is still in business. I've worked small hobby shops before. Like that is what I was doing before starting YouTube. And if these were the reviews we were getting, one, whatever employee was like randomly marking stuff up. I mean, I guess if it was the owner, then I don't know who would stop them because it's the owner. But like if it was an employee though, that employee would be fired. Like that is not acceptable. I have never heard of this happening. How do you have pages of reviews and you're still going?
I don't want to, once again, we are not identifying any of these stores for obvious reasons, but here is their overall star rating. There you go.
Jeez.
And now finally, the last, but certainly not the least of our reviews for the day.
All right.
This is the review that inspired the entire idea for this video, folks.
Oh boy.
Yes. The staff employees at have zero respect or integrity where customers are concerned. I was told to leave a gaming session simply because 1. I engaged a cashier in simple and friendly conversation.
Oh, no.
Then respectfully inquired if she knew any women who were single. I want to pause for a moment and give this reviewer points for not saying females. And number 2, the father of a girl I started talking to made a false accusation against me.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just so I would be kicked out and couldn't talk to his adult daughter, who, I might add, was very receptive to and interested in me.
Oh, Sir, I'm certain she was very interested in you. Continue. It's not over, is it?
I wasn't even given an open ear. An open ear.
An open ear.
An open ear. I was not even given an open ear to hear what I had to say on the matter. If the basis of someone getting banned from the store is just, quote, he said, she said rules. I'm sorry. Bullshit. He said, she said. No one at has any ethics whatsoever. and their customer service is in extreme need of remodeling. I demand my $10 back from the gaming session I wasn't even allowed to finish. All $10 of it. He doesn't even want it prorated, he wants the entire thing.
Tax included. He wants his tax and his full $10 back.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ideally with that girl's number written on the $10 bill.
Jesus, no. 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 Okay, look.
I'm not done.
Oh my God, you're not done. Okay, go continue. I can't believe this goes on.
Seemingly, some or all of the staff are antisocial / sociopaths.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
And trying to network friends or more is taboo or makes them uncomfortable. As one person alleged.
Oh my God.
It's alleged. This is all alleged.
Oh, this is all alleged.
This is me editorializing a little bit. It's alleged.
Oh my God.
If you're also trying to meet people or you're player too,
oh gosh.
I would definitely avoid this store at all costs.
No. Just no. Okay, look, I want to be very clear.
I just wanted to read that.
I just want to be very clear up front, okay? There is nothing. Are you still knocking over Legos?
There's a point to be made.
Okay, there's a point to be made. There is nothing wrong with going to a game store to try to find friends to game with and even to find somebody more, okay? There are plenty of people that I know who met their significant others at a game store or a game club or some other gaming event. That's fine. That's fine. But you don't go up to an employee who works at that game store and then go, hey, are you interested in hanging out with me on a stronger capacity? I don't know what this is what this person did.
We don't know what happened
but,
with all of that.
My assumption is this guy was coming on way too strong and kind of probably being a little bit of a creep. And as a woman who worked in a game store, don't do that. Just don't do that. And if you are told by any employee or somebody else who's in the store gaming with you that you're making them feel uncomfortable, stop what you're doing. Apologize and leave if asked cordially.
My piece of advice is to keep in mind that everyone who is at a game store or a game club is there for different reasons. Mm-hmm. And many of those people have many different reasons for being there. And maybe meeting someone to go out with is in their priority list or on their if it happens list. That's good, but keep in mind that not everybody is going to be there. It's not a you can't ladies
treat it like a bar.
It's not singles night at the club unless the store of course does run a mingling singles night, which does happen in some places. But
that's not the impression that I'm getting. I'm getting the impression that this person was at like a D&D session, started trying to hit on a bunch of different women there, and then got called out on it.
And that's
for being a creep.
And I think that's well said, but I think there's one other person who might have put it even a little better, more succinctly.
Okay.
And that's the owner of the game store in
the
question.
owner responded?
We have a response.
I have mixed feelings about owners responding to Yelp reviews or whatever, and these kinds of reviews, but there are certain times where they're totally worth it. So please, let's find out.
Hi. This is the owner. I pride myself on being a welcoming place, which includes ensuring customers mind certain behavioral boundaries, such as not making inappropriate advances on staff or other customers. You were warned about this after hitting on one of my staff. Shortly after, creeped on another customer, and after which you were banned. I'm proud of my staff for speaking with you and taking action when you failed to listen to ensure the safety and enjoyment of everyone else present. Thank you for leaving this review so others can see how we work hard to keep our space comfortable and inviting, in particular, to women. No shade there. Socializing and especially dating can be hard. I get it. But that isn't licensed to hit on every person you're vaguely attracted to in a public space.
Exactly.
Dial in the thirst at your future game stores and make some friends. if you get a warning about your behavior, ask how to improve, rather than plowing ahead and getting mad about the consequences. Thank you. He didn't say thank you. I added the thank you.
That is genuinely one of the best responses to that kind of situation I can honestly think of. Everything that store owner said, I completely agree with. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little bit different episode. We were trying something a little bit new. And if you liked this and you know of other incredibly cringe reviews, please tweet them to me at hobby_night on Twitter, because oh my gosh, I love reading these reviews. Honestly, they're just really funny to me, and the things that people will complain about are sometimes ridiculous. And
they do make for a bit of rage reading.
They do make for a little bit of rage reading, and I don't know. There's a part of me now that I'm not like in the business as much and not seeing it for my own store, that I enjoy reading these kinds of things because they are so cringe sometimes. So please do tweet those to me if you know some especially good cringy reviews. In the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed this, and I think that's going to be it for us, isn't it, Chaos Cultist?
It is. We will see you next time.
Have a wonderful hobby night, everybody.
If you're also trying to meet people, or you're player 2. Player 2.
Player 2?
Is this too much?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Player 2.
I'm going to reread that line.